You're listening to the Impact Implosion on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
It is August 4th, 2016, about to be August 5th, 2016. It is another episode of the Impact Implosion here on the Angry Marks Podcast Network. As always, I am Seth Draken, and on the other end is the Johnny to my Montgomery, Mr. Mike Poland.
Brother Draken, I knew you'd come. I wanted to use that line last week.
I knew you'd come. All right. We do got some news, actually.
Yep, TNA is taping next week.
Yep, it's taping next week.
11th through the 14th, I think I saw. So that'll take us through till Bound for Glory, which, if my dates are correct, because I know WWE has pay-per-views the 11th and 25th, it should be the 18th.
And Jade, Mia Yim, also known as Jade, also came out on August 1st and talked about the time she was abused by her ex.
Not Eddie Kingston, I would imagine.
No, I think that's her current.
Yeah.
So, no, it's an ex who was also a wrestler too, but... And she said, women athletes, CEOs, those in power, we feel this pressure to be a role model for other women, to be strong, that we don't want to let them know our struggle. I didn't want to be known as a victim. I was also trying to get on TV, so if I tell my story, would this mess up my career? And that's why she stayed quiet for a long time. This person would apparently choke her out.
Much respect for her for that.
Yeah, this person would headbutt her, choke her out.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I know. And he kept saying, I'm not hitting you. His mindset was, I'm not hitting you, it's okay. I'm not leaving a mark on you, it's okay.
No?
Well, no. Well, he's not hitting her with his hand.
No, but he's still abusing her.
Yeah, he used the chokehold, headlock. That's how he choked her, not...
What kind of excuse is that? I'm not hitting her with my hand.
No, it's an asshole. It's an asshole thing. Some people aren't stupid. So, yeah. And that sucks.
Speaking of things that suck.
Well, this show didn't completely suck, but wasn't good either. Better. Okay, oh, yeah. Could have definitely been much better. So
we started in the ring with EC3 and... actually, we have Drew Galloway backstage.
We started last week after the whole mess with EC3 accidentally costing Drew Galloway back. Some cameraman's a dumbass and asked Drew how he feels about EC3. And Drew's
I feel just great.
He's like...
You fucking moron.
You freaking moron. How do you think I feel? You know what? I'm going to go off on the interview. I'm going to leave right now, but I'm going to find EC3, and I'm going to kick his ass.
And we never saw Drew again.
Yeah. So, Drew's going to come up on his ass next week. You know that. So, in the ring, Jeremy Borash welcomes us to Impact with EC3 and Miracle with Maria, and Mike Bennett talks about Ethan Zan is still out to get him, and he's like, you do know this has nothing to do with her right now.
No, I'm delusional, just like my wife.
No, but he's still out to get me. She wants me to leave this company, only because, as we said last week, you threatened to leave if you didn't get your way.
You whined and you cried, and you whined and you cried.
So he said, and I had the hardest bracket too. Which, okay, he might have, but EC3 didn't have an easy...
Jeff Hardy because Hardy was not in the match.
Well, Hardy was kind of... Well, Hardy had been... And he did... And he said, I beat Jeff Hardy, and I beat Drew... Well, he was about to say I beat Drew Galloway. actually, no, you helped me beat Drew Galloway. Thanks for that. Yeah, actually, if you had told me so, I would have let you. You could have told me in the back.
In the back.
Yeah, you could have called in the
Thanks
back.
for exposing that.
Yeah, could have called in the back. I would have done it. Says, you know what? You and I, we're going to fight forever, man.
Like Owens and Zayn.
And this time, EC3's TNA's John Wayne is not going to have a happy ending.
If he's John Wayne, and what John Wayne villain is Mike Bennett?
I don't know, but he said,
I've never actually seen any John Wayne movie.
Since I've done what no one else has done, I've pinned you. And he's like, yeah, at Slammiversary I got my redemption, and this will be a rubber match. He's like, and it will be. But one thing I am
Didn't
always
they have a rubber match already?
No.
Oh, okay.
So,
No.
I'm going to be always better than you, Miracle says. You're going to be the Peyton Manning to my Tom Brady.
Or the Peyton Manning to hit Eli Manning.
Well, no, Peyton's both got 2 rings, so.
You're going to be the Michael Jordan to my Scotty, the Scotty Pippen to my Michael Jordan.
Yeah. So, he says, you know what? I don't need Moose and I don't need Miracle. I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to beat you. And how's he going to beat him if he doesn't need Miracle? He doesn't need Maria. Moose or Maria, not Miracle.
You said Miracle.
Oh, I said Maria. I thought I said Maria. Well,
yeah.
And he said, you know what? You're gonna look the other way, and I'm gonna beat you there. And here comes Moose, and of course EC3 looks at him, and Miracle attacks from behind. EC3 tries to fight back, but it's a beatdown, and EC3 gets injured ribs.
Yep.
And Eli Drake's like, you know what? Who should be making all the noise? I should be making all the noise, not these 2 guys, because I have the King of the Mountain
Lashley, even though he's the champion.
Yeah, and I'm going to beat James Storm, and he's no longer going to be drinking. And then we get a replay.
This was actually a good match.
No, actually, first we get a replay of Bram and Rosemary at the farm. And we get this match, which it's a lose-lose situation.
It's a good match, but it's leading to the winner losing to Bobby Lashley.
Well, no, it's a lose situation here. Either Eli Drake loses the King of the Mountain title way too soon, or James Storm loses his whole identity.
Yep.
So James Storm didn't even allow Eli Drake to come to the ring before attacking him. And I asked, he's wearing this yellow armband, Eli Drake is. I don't know what that is. But yeah, Eye of the Storm, 2 count. Drake drank beer, tried to spit on a Storm.
I'm the only one who thought when Storm got him up for the eye of the Storm that Drake's foot was going to catch the referee somehow.
Oh no! Oh no! It was gonna but it was gonna do something different. He spit on the ref. Storm rolled him up for a no count.
By the way, somehow.
And Drake hit Storm with the belt and got a 2 count. So springboard. The match ended with a springboard countered into a last call super kick. James Storm is
Eli Drake is Shelton Benjamin and Storm is Shawn Michaels.
Yep. James Storm is the new King of the Mountain champion. Not completely happy with this decision. Although I was not happy with it either way. James Storm celebrate. I guess they needed a face to be the one that Franklin takes the belt off. And speaking of which, here comes Franklin. And Josh is like, what is he doing out here? And I'm like, Josh, you don't remember last week?
Idiot, Josh.
You don't remember last week? And he's like, you know, all these people I never understood this whole thing about teams getting titles from other wrestling companies. They get their belts. They're like, oh, I got this title here. I mean, teams don't send wrestlers trophies.
Nope, they don't.
So he's like, you know what? I want title for title. It's going to be you versus me. And he says, and James Storm completely just says, I beat Kurt Angle in a minute. I can beat you in 30 seconds.
Lashley should have come back with, well, I retired Kurt Angle.
Yeah. So, and James Storm, of course, basically forgets the whole X Division title and just says he wants the world title.
Well, I mean, Storm probably wouldn't fit in the X Division.
I know, but yeah, this comes back later to be a complete problem. So Franklin asks him to be like, you have one choice. Choice I'm not even giving. Didn't even give Eddie Edwards. I can beat your ass and take this title, or you can just hand it to me, and maybe I'll just give you one of those replicas belts. And you could say you held it. And Storm is like, dude, I lost all respect for you, man, because I love ass whippings.
I bet you do.
Yep. And he's like, it's going to be a huge mistake. So, Gail Kim
I
asks...
think Storm is the one making the mistake.
Yeah, so...
Also, if Lashley wins, he needs to defend all 3 titles at Bound for Glory.
By the way, Franklin talked about the belts, and it was like, you challenge me. And the crowd's like, don't, man. Don't fight him.
Don't be an idiot.
Don't be an idiot, man. Don't fight this guy. He just won the dang thing. So, backstage, Maria and Allie... Allie's getting to annoy Maria more, and Gail asks who she's fighting. And Allie gets so irritated, she says, you're fighting Allie. And then just leaves.
3 minutes later.
So, we get a little preview of it. Rosemary says, needs to tell Bram something. I need to tell you this, Bram. And Bram's like, I just want to go home, man. Drink a beer, watch some football. Watch some football. He says,
you can tell
stay.
Bram doesn't really care.
Yeah, he doesn't.
And you can also tell that this is going to end up being a setup.
It's something, yeah. So, Allie comes out, unsure about this whole thing, that she is about to take on Kabuki Taker, and...
Even though she's a
Maria says,
wrestler herself.
You know, with all of this going on, I completely forgot that this is a handicap match, and Allie's partner is Sienna.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Sienna, you keep wearing that stupid Autriche necklace. I'm going to call you Big Bird.
Okay, here's the one problem I do have, going back to the segment before with Gail and Maria and them. So, the thing here is that Gail is supposed to beat all the knockouts, except there aren't that many knockouts anymore.
Still, it's going to be it's running through the division.
Oh, and it's supposed to take all the way to Bound for Glory, I'm envisioning.
Yeah, it's still burying the shovel and all that crap.
Yep.
It's just stupid.
She is the female equivalent to John Cena.
Yeah. So, and Josh Matthews wants to say that I don't think Amanda Nunes would want to face Sienna, who's the women's bantamweight champion. I'm like, I think Amanda Nunes would have no problem with this. Unless Sienna can't cut weight. Unless Sienna
I don't like handicap matches, and we saw 2 of them in this show.
Yeah, so, okay, so, and I'm now calling Allie the Chipmunk.
I want Maria to be like Dave Seville and just go, Allie, whenever something goes wrong.
Allie! So,
shake fists.
Then we have probably one of the dumbest moments. Cherry Bomb acting like she doesn't know how to do a body slam.
Even though we know she's an accomplished wrestler. Thanks for insulting our intelligence with that one.
Yes. TNA, we've seen her wrestle several times as Laura Dennis, or Cherry Bomb. We know she can wrestle, so stop with this BS. So, by the way, Sienna hits the AK-47 while the referee's back is turned, and Allie goes for the pin, only gets a 2 count.
So you buried the finish.
Buried one of the finishers, yeah. And Sienna accidentally hits Allie the Chipmunk with the silencer. Gail drop kicks Sienna out of the match and pins the Chipmunk for the 3 count.
Gail Kim, can't you lose?
Yeah, she just beat 2 wrestlers.
One of them being the champion, even though she didn't win the champion.
Yeah.
Way to sell the angle.
So, Matt's backstage talking about how Jeff always screws everything up and reminds us that the Hardys had solved the Rubik's Cube of tag titles. Basically winning all the tag titles everywhere. And said, Jeff, you always mess it up like you always do. So tonight...
So now we're going to team up.
I'm going to reveal what you must do next. And we go to a commercial break. So then they get revealed that next week, Franklin versus James Storm, and Josh Matthews says all 3 belts will be on the line, since the X Division was basically not even mentioned in this as being on the line, and so the X Division's like the trunk belt.
Yep.
The belt you put in the freaking trunk, not the front seat or back seat. It's the trunk. And here comes Matt Hardy with his Schroeder piano.
Yep.
And he says, we must go back to the genesis of the Brother Nero storyline. Vanguard 1, play that better Jeff Hardy theme song. I fade away and class myself obsolete. Obsolete!
This is getting very old very quick.
I like that music. Come on.
I like the song, I just don't like Rebby out there doing it.
Yeah. So, Broken Matt talks about this whole thing and says, you were a spot monkey. You always got the cheers. It's because of this. But you always ruined everything. So starting tonight, you must embark on regaining the tag titles, which we won on your own. Also, you can no longer go off the top rope. And he said, Senorita, send the BRF and those newcomers. I want
JT Dunn and Chuck Taylor, who aren't newcomers if you actually pay attention.
They're newcomers to TNA.
They're also going to be an upcoming one night only.
Yeah, so they are newcomers according to TNA. So
yeah,
and
TNA is something our intelligence.
You stop calling Jeff Hardy. His name is Brother Nero.
The obsolete mule.
And
I want somebody to do a picture of Jeff Hardy's face on a mule.
Yeah, and Josh keeps saying, why you keep calling him Brother Nero, Pope? Pope's like, I got an email. I don't want to deal with the legal crap, so I'm doing what the email told me to do.
Why did they keep calling him Brother Nero? They've been doing that for the last 2 months.
No, why is Pope calling him Brother? Why is Pope calling him Brother Nero now?
Oh, I thought Josh completely forgot the storyline.
Yeah, he's done that. Yeah. So Matt Hardy grabs a fan out of the
handicap match, and it's terrible. Other than
Matt Hardy grabs a fan out of the crowd and starts biting his ear. The fan is
for no
bleeding,
reason.
and Matt's got blood in his hand. This fan can sue. You do know that. He can sue.
Ugh.
If he bit his freaking ear off, he can sue. Dear God.
Is he Mike Tyson all of a sudden?
Yes, Matt. Well, Matt Hardy has been biting people, So Chuck Taylor gets 2 Twist of Fates, which knocks him off. So JT Dunn makes the tag. Twist of Fate on Dunn. He goes up the top rope. Matt's like, no, don't. So he does this Twist of Fate anyway. Matt decides to Twist of Fate Jeff and tags himself in, since he's now part of the match, obviously, I guess. And Matt pins JT Dunn to the win, and he's like, the winner, the Hardys. And Broken Matt's like, JB, I will tell you this once. It is Matt Hardy. The winners of this match are Matt Hardy and this obsolete mule.
Obsolete!
Don't make this mistake again. So, Al Snow's in the back talking about Grado and Shira being crazy and stupid. And Al Snow's like, you guys worked in the back, and I bench pressed a gold Cadillac. And I was like, it was probably a micro machine.
I like that they keep calling Al Snow the trainer of champions, and I'm like, really? What champions did he train?
Well, he keeps calling himself that, I guess. So, yeah, Tribunal get jobber entrances as Grado and Shira come out. And Josh likes to mention that rumor is that Grado spent all the money on Pokeballs for Pokemon Go.
Ugh, good God.
So they could not get the fixer because he spent all the money. So it's a 3-on-2 handicap match, and thankfully, no whistle. So I did not have to mute this. Although I wish I did. Because Josh, first of all, accused Pope of being jealous of Grado for having this what's the word called? God, cult fan base. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you do know Pope was in WWE. You have not been. Grado wasn't.
No.
Pope succeeded more than you have.
Who, Josh Matthews? I thought he was a commentator there for a
I know.
while.
I mean, he succeeded more than Grado has.
Yep.
And then once again, Josh compares Grado to Dusty Rhodes, and I love this moment because Black Pope is first just telling him that, please don't do that. please do not mention them in the same sentences. Please do not mention Grotto in the same sentences. It's Dusty Rhodes. Josh keeps doing it, and you just hear Pope's silence, and Josh just shuts up. Which tells you one thing that happened. Pope turned around, looked at Josh, either handed him a piece of paper or just mouthed off, "Please stop," about that.
Yeah.
Because no, you are burying Dusty Rhodes' memory by comparing Grado to him. You really are.
Yep.
So there was a moment in the match, and I thanked Pope for this, and he retweeted it, and he responded to me that, yeah, it was insulting. It was insulting that it was insulting to one of my heroes. So yeah, Pope got it. Yeah, he probably told Josh, just shut up. So Shira, basically, there was a moment, Grado had Snow in a roll-up for a long time, and Shira would not get out of the ring, so they would not get the pinfall here. And then, of course, this doesn't matter because Shira gets tagged. He beats up all three members of the tribunal. Al Snow tries to cheat. Shira catches it, and Sky Highs him for the win. Please let this feud be over. Pretty please.
Yep.
So then they preview the conclusion of Rosemary Bram, which will be next. And oh dear God, it looks like a music video. The preview. But then we go to them, and Bram's like, it's late out here. I really need to be getting home, man.
I don't really care.
I don't care. So stay. Stay. And she says, well, Johnny turned out was not the perfect person for me, so I put a curse on him and made his blood black. And
okay.
And he's like, look, it's late. I'm done. I'm sorry you got get over your breakup on Valentine's Day. And then Rosemary screams at him. This was the final straw. And of course, Steve, Crazy Steve, and Abyss show up. And they all beat the crap out of him. And Bram...
And they stuff him in the casket, which is for some reason...
they shove him. I thought they shoved him into the back of a truck car and drive off.
They got mob connections. They're going to just dump him in the river.
And Josh's response to this kidnapping: don't reject Rosemary.
Sound advice, but maybe not the right response.
Really, Josh? Really? Really? Because...
You just watched the man got beat up and kidnapped. That's all you got?
I'm gonna go to Spoonie on this one, and I think I have the perfect response to this.
But he was abducted by ninjas! Ninjas! Call the cops! There are ninjas kidnapping people on TV! The cops! Did no one get a license plate? Ninjas! Kidnapping! TV!
Alright, and worst of all, TNA might as well be aiding and abetting this kidnapping because they were sitting on this for weeks. This is not live. They even said, you won't believe how this ended. So yes, they have aided and abetted a kidnapping just to show it on live TV.
Oh, God.
They have not explained...
TNA.
Yeah, seriously. Any of this. Stop aiding and abetting kidnappings. So we get more hype for the EC3.
Luckily, nobody ever calls the FBI on them.
I know. They're not good with kidnapping, so hyping EC3 versus Miracle with both of them cutting promos, and then EC3 cuts another promo saying Miracle could bring everything he's got, but he will still win. So, and then again, we get the Fixer commercial. Call Child Services, please! With
Tyrus for some reason.
It's always been Tyrus.
I never noticed.
Yeah, it was always Tyrus as the Fixer.
At least I don't pay attention to it, but yeah.
I know, but yeah! Call Child Services! You see that kid there? That's child labor! Being on the calls!
And that's illegal in America.
Yeah, child labor. God damn. So, main event time, and this match is getting a lot of time.
Yep.
So, Bennett actually works on the ribs a little bit. But there's a moment where EC3 tries to go up, do the cut off the ropes too, and EC3 tried to do a springboard, and Bennett caught him with a cutter. Or no, EC3 tried to go off the top rope, Bennett stopped him and hit a cutter off it. So, yeah, that's what happened. So, then later on in the match, Maria tries to sneak in a kendo stick, but the ref stomps on it and goes, "Really? Really?" And Maria's like,
and Maria gets ejected.
I want to break. I'm giving him a kendo stick. You're not helping yourself. It's like, all right. Out of here. But during all this, EC3 hits a 1%er. Ref, this Maria crap delays the ref, only gets a 2 count. Moose tries to interfere, and Eddie Edwards attacks him. Although, Josh would say that Moose cost Edwards the world title. No, he didn't.
That was the first week.
Okay, that was the first time, yes. But he did not cost him the second time. Edwards lost clean. He didn't cost him the X Division title. He's not the reason why he's no longer X Division champion. Seriously.
The reason why is because Eddie Edwards is an idiot.
And also, Moose didn't cost him that miracle punch the ref. That's how the match ended. Moose came out later. Moose didn't do anything. Cost him anything. So, nice for getting
Moose
shit,
alone.
Josh. So, Mike Bennett still tries to do the kendo stick because there's more this new stuff causes the ref to go outside. Hits him with the kendo stick, and the miracle in progress. Ref comes in, take 2 count. So, and then there's the moment where Bennett tries to beat EC3 the same way he beat him the first time, only gets a 2 count because EC3's learned. Then we get a lot of reversals between the 1%er and the miracle in progress. EC3 hits the 1%er finally, gets the win. He's going to Bound for Glory to challenge the world champion. He celebrates, and the show ends. That main event really saved the show.
Yep.
Because otherwise, this show would have sucked. This show would have been a D. So it's a C, and thank your lucky stars for that. Because of the main event.
Yep.
This was not good. TNA?
No.
Need to do better. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, not a good show other than the main. 2 handicap matches, and the whole Bram Rosemary thing, and just, no good.
I'm actually happy that it turned out they kidnapped Bram instead of the alternative.
What would the alternative have been?
Bram finally hooks up with Rosemary.
I don't know. I think that would have been better.
And they leave the Decay.
Has to happen eventually.
No, you can't break up the Decay right now. They're still tag champs. Until Franklin decides to take their belts. Because you know he will. He will
I'm going to beat everybody.
I'm going to beat myself.
You're doing the Kurt Angle thing.
He's going to take the tag 1-on-2, and he's going to beat both members of Decay and get the tag belts.
And only one man can stop him, and that's Pac-Man Jones.
Or he just has a partner that he never tags in and wins the match. And never gives his partner his tag.
Hey, look, it's somebody, I don't know. One of the guys they use for the one-night-only shows.
It's this fan. The fan that got his ear bitten off by Matt Hardy.
You want to make some money?
You want to be a tag champ? Kind of. Not really. You want to say you want a match? Okay.
Here you go.
Here we go. So yeah, here's your shot. Yeah, you're not getting the belts.
What?
You're not getting the actual belts. I'll give you a replica one so you can hang on your wall, but...
Bound for Glory will be bound for Lashley.
Bound for the turtle.
Yep.
Bound for domination by a turtle.
Yep.
So yeah. You have anything to sell? Because that is
nope.
it.
Nope.
Last week,
you have anything?
Last Saturday, I did post the induction of Congo, and the next induction will be the 2001 remake of How to Make a Monster. I talked about that last week. And
Congo.
You know, with a full moon like that, every monkey from 200 miles thinks he's Elvis Presley.
I want to hear a monkey sing like Elvis.
So yeah, next week, people, we are not going to be here.
Which means we'll have 2 weeks to cover when we come back.
Yep. So we will be missing this epic live Impact, although I will be recording
it. Probably won't be. I'm recording it too, so I'll watch it probably whenever.
So until then, Miley, we are heading to bed.
Bye-bye.